Hello there, and welcome to another edition of my channel here at Loco for Leeds. And today we're going to be talking about that result today, of course, at home, the 1-0 win against Bristol City. And yeah, it was a massive result for us, wasn't it, really? We needed it. If Bristol had beaten us today, they would have gone level on points. So it was really important that we got the 3 points. Obviously, we've been under a lot of pressure these last few weeks. We haven't had a good form. Obviously the last week at Forest we lost 2-0. That was really disappointing, wasn't it? It was a really poor display, but and then the midweek draw at Brentford was a big improvement, and then obviously the big win today. So I'm going to start off by talking about the team selection because I must admit, if I were the manager and if I would be Elsa and Casilla kept making those mistakes, he made it. He had a howler, didn't he, against Forest last Saturday. Terrible, that first goal he let in. It's not just that game. It was in recent weeks. He's been really poor, and he's cost us a lot of points, I think. And obviously Tuesday, where he lets that ball run under his foot. I mean, if if it were me, he would have been dropped. It's a tricky one, really, because you kind of think if you drop him, his confidence it's gonna go way down. But how many chances is he gonna give him? But he obviously stuck with him again today, and it was a massive clean sheet for him and for the defence as well. It'll be a real confidence booster because that's his first clean sheet in 12 games. So we were due one, and yeah, we've got one, and hopefully we can continue now to go on and really clinch it and then finish the season, win promotion, and get back to the Premier League because it looked like we were probably not going to do it these last few weeks, but with the results that we've had, the mistakes have really been creeping in, and it's not just obviously the defensive side of things. That brings me on to my next point about the selection. It's the striking positions and the forward positions because again last weekend against Forest, Harrison and Costa, and I think they've been the same for these last few weeks. It was the same against Wigan as well. They've really let the team down. Everybody goes on about Bamford and he misses loads of chances, but it's not just him. It's the whole forward line really. And like I said a few weeks ago, Pablo Hernandez has been really poor. I mean, the whole team has through this run, but he has been absolutely awful, to be honest. He's just, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. But then again, he can create anything out of nowhere. So, yeah. But the selection that I want to talk about again, obviously, is Patrick Bamford. I don't know why Bielsa continues to put them in. He seems to put them in regardless of how they play the previous game and the previous games before that. I mean, because Bamford has obviously not been on form, Casilla's not been on form, and yet they both get in the team every week. Harrison and Costa, they've both been in the team. I don't know why he's not going with Poveda. I mean, we all know his position on these players that come in. They might not be up to speed. Obviously, Augustin has been coming off the bench these last 3 games, and he has looked a bit off the pace. I don't think he could quite get into it again today, by all accounts. And yeah, he probably needs a bit more time, a bit more game time in the under 23 team, maybe, or maybe just put him in from the start. If I would be Elsa, I'd pop him in from the start, and just see how he goes. Because Bamford, again, he missed another chance today that he really should have scored. And he's just not, he's not at it, Bamford, at all. I would like to see Augustin, like I said a few weeks ago, again, I would like to see him from the start. Put him in from the start and see how he goes. But I think today anyway we were reading things about it and sort of watching the highlights and everything. We looked very good. We took it to them. Bristol City, I don't think could really cope with with how we were playing. We started quickly. It was great to get the first goal, wasn't it? Which is something we haven't done for quite a while, really. And yeah, it was great that and to get that. And then I thought immediately when we got that goal, I thought, yeah, this is it. We're gonna win this game here today because at Ellen Road we got the opening goal. Crowd are gonna get up and behind the lads. I think they were from their first minute actually. To be fair, which most of the time the fans are, aren't they? But when the fans get behind us and Leeds are going well, um, we're gonna do. We are always gonna do very well, and everybody starts getting behind them and obviously we got the win this afternoon, which puts us again in a good position where we're we're second in the league. We're ahead of Fulham because we're 3 points ahead of them. The results went for us today, didn't they? Obviously main one. Obviously the important thing is to keep what we can and do and win our games, which is the most important thing. Obviously we won, but I mean I don't know how Barnsley managed to put three past Fulham, beat them 3-0 at Craven Cottage is madness. Preston lost. Forest and West Brom drew, which was a good one. Brentford drew, and obviously we beat Bristol. So yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day for Leeds, and I hope that really brings the confidence back. We've got another home game next Saturday against Reading, which is a winnable game. We go into a few, a run of fairly winnable games now. Got Reading, then we've got Middlesbrough. And the winnable games really the next. Well, I would say going into the sort of last 13 games, I believe that we can, that we have. I wouldn't say the easiest because there's no easy games in this division, but looking at the other fixtures from the top six, we the only other top six team we've got to play is Fulham at home. I think it's towards the end of the season, probably the last 5 or 6 games. But yeah, all in all, today it was just good to get the confidence back, and I felt after the Brentford game on Tuesday that the momentum was really really flowing towards us, and even though Kiko made that mistake and everything, we recovered well, and Phillips has been again he was fabulous today, I think, and from what I've heard, and I think that he is a big part, obviously, and we missed him in those 3 games that he was suspended, but apparently he's come back very very fresh, and and it sounds like the rest has actually done him good. Maybe maybe we could do with sort of Bamford or one of the other lads getting a red card because it'll give him a rest and chance for another player to come in. I mentioned Paveda, but I saw he was watching from the stands. He wasn't even on the bench today, but he was in the stadium there. But I think he's probably another one that Bielsa's probably thought, yeah, actually let's give him another kind of bit of time in the under-23s, give him a bit more game time and see where he's at in a couple of in a few weeks time. But I think it's rolling on to say that we started, the last Saturday was terrible. Everybody was saying perhaps it's time for Bielsa to go. I heard some people calling for Sam Allardyce, which is ridiculous. To be fair, I did think if we lost at Brentford, I was sort of saying, yeah, maybe it is time for him to go, but yeah, it was probably silly of me that really, because he knows how to get us in the Premier League. I think he will. I know after the Forest game last week, I was very like, I don't know how we're going to get up playing like that, but I just think perhaps we're, with these two results, Brentford and now today Bristol City, fantastic result. Um, I think that it's probably turned us the corner really, and I believe that we will go up. Um, because I think that they'll just they will get there. They will somehow, I think, get there, and I think you will see now maybe other teams around us dropping points. Obviously, they did today, and I think we've had more than our fair share of a bad run now, and I think that that's probably it for us. You never know, but I think that I'm going to suggest and I think that that we will go on a winning run now. I do believe that. Like I say, with the games coming up, particularly the home matches. I mean, we have to win them. We've had a tricky run of fixtures over the last sort of 4 or 5 games really. I know people say, well, the Wigan game, well, Wigan are scrapping for their lives, really. So, it's a tricky game with that one as well. Ellen Road last season in everybody's minds. Obviously, Millwall's a hard one. Obviously, then Forest, Brentford, Bristol City today. Yeah, it's been a tricky run. Um, but let's hope we get some form going into the remainder of the season. I think we'll go up. Let me know what your thoughts on the game was today in the comments there, and if you like this video, remember to subscribe, and there'll be more content like this coming up. Anyway, great result today, wasn't it? Fantastic 3 points. Let's get behind the lads and let's see it through. Marching on together. See you next time.